Here are some things I know in my body. Starving thousands of people, including children, for political gain is wrong. It cannot be right. Whoever tries to spin this into something that makes sense or is justified is sacrificing their own humanity. Stop trying to tell stories that let you believe this isn't as horrible as it is. Take in that reality. People are being starved. Aid is being blocked. What kind of politics is this? It's blackmail. It's death. It's colonial capitalism. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel wrong in some people's bodies. Maybe that's why they think that it's okay. Because all of us live under threat of starvation to some degree. We work, we wage labor, because we have to. Because our livelihood and the livelihood of our loved ones depends on it. But depending on who you are, where you live, the body you inhabit, the class you were born into, your labor can't even do that. We are told that this is how we keep ourselves and our loved ones safe, by working hard and falling in line. More and more cracks enter this illusion that safety is found by abandoning our bodies, our needs, our morals, our values, our humanity. This is not safety. This is a trauma response. We are taught that other people are our competition, our enemy. We are taught to discipline our bodies and ignore their cries for rest. We learn how to live outside of ourselves, to abandon everything that makes us human, to conform, to turn everything beautiful and valuable into money. For if it's not monetizable, is it really valuable? Does it really add value to this world? Even in our politics or activism, our resistance, we teach each other that our activism has to look a certain way, has to be hard, grueling work. If you're not almost killing yourself for the cause, can you actually claim that you care? We do and we do and we do, and we feel guilty for feeling joy, for getting rest, for finding joy and awe in things that aren't profitable. We run so fast and work so hard and consume, so we never have to have a thought, never have to risk to feel our bodies cry, just to lay on the earth and be. What are we doing this for? I don't everything is a contradiction. Everything is like the world that we live in is full of contradictions, and not in a way that humans are, full of contradictions, but in an like in an impossible way, in like there's like we can't win kind of way, in a I don't know. I started filming this thinking that I was gonna talk about an experience after finishing reading what I just scribbled into my journal. But I don't know, okay, I have something else that I can share with you that feels sort of related, even if I can't quite make the connection yet. So, earlier this week, my best friend's cat died. We had to have her put down because she was sick, and like not like she was like having a hard time breathing, and the meds weren't working, and she would have had like, I don't know, a few more weeks at best, and she would have been suffering. So my friend had to make the very difficult decision to say goodbye to her beloved cat that she had spent the last 12 and a half years living with. And yeah, it was really sad. It felt really weird. Like I don't know, I just like I've been thinking a lot about how um we as humans, like our job is to take care of the land, of nature, of the animals, that like our job is to protect life. And like and that like sometimes that means not like sometimes that means making decisions that like we can't ever like that feel like decisions we shouldn't be allowed to make. But I don't know, I'm getting off like track. But so it was really weird and hard and sad. And it was also like, so it was like Monday night, or like Monday evening, when my friend called me, or like messaged me, and we were talking on the phone, and she told me about like the vet's prognosis for her cat. And and the next day, my friend sorry, I'm a bit sick. My friend messaged a couple of her friends and people who knew her cat, and like told them what was gonna happen, and gave them the opportunity to say goodbye. So the day before we had to take her to the vet to um, be put to sleep, my friend's apartment was filled with people who showed up for this cat and my friend, and people who loved this cat, who this cat this cat brought joy to these people's lives, and as well as like my friend's friendship. And just, I don't know, there was something very like even like someone like that, like it even like there was so much, I don't know, like there was so much connection that happened over this, yeah, over this cat leaving us, over this being over this like grief filled and sad time. There was this this beautiful tiny little cat who, like, I mean, apart from, I don't know, puking on my friend's bed several times and like stuff like that just, like pets do, but like just mainly just existed and brought joy to people's lives just by being her, just by being a cat, just by being this fluffy cute little cat and furball, just by being this cat brought so much joy to people's lives. And even and especially around her passing and having passed, she continued to bring joy and connection and meaning. Like, I and just and like and even just me being able to be there for my friend in this way, and to like feel how, like, just knowing that she didn't have to do this alone, that I was there with her for this, it just like all felt like I felt it just filled me up with love and with hope and 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 life. And I don't know, I wouldn't have been able to be there for her in the way that I was if I was in the position to hold down a proper I don't know, like a full-time, or like, I don't know, a job that actually pays a living wage. They're so, like, I don't know. I think we are so, like, we're robbed of so many opportunities to feel like we bring meaning and value to this world, just by being trapped in this wheel, in this machinery. I don't know. I don't know if I have a point. I think maybe part of my point is that, like, we live in a world, in a society and systems that, like, have just made being alive something that it's not. Like, we've turned being alive, or the idea of a good life, into something that is the opposite of life. Like, we don't, like, the way that, like, our jobs ask us to just always bring kind of the same, like, or like there's like so much, there's like the ways that our lives are structured are so unnatural. They work against life, and it's just, I don't know. So I feel like the, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, maybe that's why people have such a hard time, like like just understanding how wrong this is, what is happening in Gaza and so many other places in the world, but like especially in Gaza, because like this is what the world is talking about, and what, like, we're like, just, I don't know, like, international, or like war crimes are I don't even know, like, maybe the reason, because this is people are willing and able to buy into stories that somehow justify this, is because they are also buying into the story that what is happening to all of us is justified or okay, or they at least don't want to start, like, questioning it. Because, like, we all, I don't know, we've all met someone or been that person who's just so invested in in the story that they tell themselves, this delusional story about, I don't know, like this, like a relationship, or whatever. Like, I feel like a lot of the time it's relationships, at least in my experience. I feel like the kinds of stories that I've been, and like, and people get really mad when you, when or like, when you, like, maybe bring up how they might, like, if you, like, even bring up the potential of them kind of like opening their mind, or like maybe seeing something differently, they get so attached to it. They like, it feels like, it feels like them. It feels like if you threaten the story that they're telling themselves, it feels like you're threatening their their very self, their own livelihood, their sense of self. Because this is what capitalism, what global capitalism, what all of these oppressive systems have made us do. We had to abandon all of the parts of ourselves that are in the way of creating profit for capitalists. So the only thing that's left is our productivity, is kind of like our worth in capitalism, or something along those lines. Just because if we started questioning that story, if we actually allowed ourselves to feel all of the grief, all of the anger, all of the betrayal, that these systems aren't actually keeping anyone safe. Quite the opposite. They're the source of all of this, like, they're the source of all of this blood and and sickness and loneliness and misery and suffering. Maybe and like, you know how when you've been, I don't know, like I was that, because that's how trauma works. Like you learn that something, like if you learn that something is a threat, I don't know, like I'm not getting there. I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I made sense throughout somewhere. It's okay if not everything makes sense or connects. We're just, but yeah, we were, but the thing is, like, if, like, the more attached we are to the story, like we don't, okay, I just came with this very silly example, but, um, something about trying new foods, or like kind of like I don't know, I mean, I guess like just you found something that works for you, right? Like something like like the life that you're living works for you enough, like it, like, and the habits that you have, whatever, like they're keeping you safe in some ways, but they're also like not keeping you safe in other ways. And 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 I think if we interpret safety as as stability, if we interpret safety as kind of like the like an absence of change, this is where we go wrong, because life is change. So there's no way that we can be safe while we're not actually adapt. Like we have to adapt, like, because that's what nature is. That what life is adaptable. Something like any like in life on this earth, something, an organism, whatever it is that doesn't change is dead. It's not alive anymore. So I don't know. There's something here about equating safety with death, or like a unaliveness. I don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna just stop talking here. I actually originally meant to just throw out some loose thoughts. So here you are. um, Maybe the problem is me actually trying to find connections, or like, I don't know, because they're there anyway. I don't have to control all of them. Okay. Thanks for listening. um, Hope I'll see you in the next one. This was a weird way to end this, but I'm just gonna do it. Bye.